This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
The letter Confessions of Faith, written by Cecil Rhodes, is aimed at justifying the existence of colonialism. In particular, the author argues that the citizens of the British Empire have a right to rule different regions of the world. In his opinion, the domination of this country can be important for preventing wars. Moreover, the author mentions that colonialism is important for the growth of the Anglo-Saxon nation. Cecil Rhodes insists on strengthening the ties between the British Empire and the territories that it controls. Additionally, the writer defends the idea that the British government should take Africa under its control. These are the main details that can be identified. It should be noted that Cecil Rhodes was a prominent politician and a mining magnate who supported the policy of colonialism and imperialism. This letter was written in 1877. To some degree, this text is aimed at convincing the public that colonialism is a beneficial phenomenon. Moreover, the author strives to show that the government should focus on Africa as the continent, which can be critical for the power of the British Empire and the well-being of its people in the future. One should note that this letter was written at a time when Great Britain was the most powerful colonial empire that controlled territories in various regions of the world. However, at the time, many policymakers began to debate the effectiveness of colonial policies. Moreover, this letter was written when there was strong opposition to the colonial rule in South Africa. This is one of the issues that should not be overlooked. This source throws light on the way in which colonialism could be justified. Nevertheless, this letter can be better understood by examining the peculiarities of British rule in South Africa, since Cecil Rhodes stresses this particular issue. Moreover, it is important to learn more about the political and entrepreneurial career of Cecil Rhodes, who was interested in the advancement of British rule in Africa. This letter is written by a person who actively advocates colonialism and imperialism. The main argument of this source is that these policies can serve the purposes of many interest groups in Great Britain. This source cannot be called reliable because many of the author's claims are unfounded. For instance, one can mention the statement according to which British citizens are superior to other nations. Moreover, the writer does not speak about the challenges that could be encountered by colonizers and native residents of the territories controlled by the British Empire. This source is important because it can throw light on the rhetoric used by the supporters of colonial and imperial policies. Moreover, this letter demonstrates that these policies were premised on the idea that a certain nation or a race had been superior to other people. Furthermore, many people who lived during that time could take such arguments almost for granted. This is why this letter should not be overlooked. If you want to find more works like this essay on Confessions of Faith written by Cecil Rhodes, head over to ivypanda.com. It has a collection of samples with thousands of submissions covering virtually all academic subjects.